Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Under the Radar. I'm your host, Randy Unger, and with me today is videographer Erica A. Hey Erica, how are you today?
Hi Randy, thank you for having me back on your show, co-hosting with you again. I believe that we have 2 movies to talk about and some TV, right?
That's correct. We'll be talking about A Bigger Splash, Being Charlie, but first we're going to do a little TV talk. Erica?
So, this week, HBO aired the 2016 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. We had 5 bands that were 5 groups technically that were present. People. We had Deep Purple, Chicago, NWA, Steve Miller, and Cheap Trick. They were each there, inducted. If anyone's a fan of any of those, you should check it out. Though I will say personally, one thing that was missing was there were no females this year. So that was the one thing that I thought was lacking, but it was a nice eclectic group of different generations. So if you're interested in music, check it out. And besides that, I also want to talk about that this week, Fox had a new show premiere. I'm sure most people are following Gotham, but on Monday night, Fox had a new show after on the 9 o'clock slot called Houdini and Doyle.
Yeah.
I believe you watched it too.
I caught a little bit of it. It was pretty interesting. 2 of some of the most notable figures in history teaming up to battle the forces of evil
and solve mysteries.
It
was Harry Houdini, the famous magician, and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Right.
Who is best notable for his character Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
Though I didn't find the 2 characters that lovable or notable that I related to either one. I believe they were true to who they were. Right. And then they had a 3rd character, the female lead, who was a constable in the British police force. So this one was sort of a combination of mystery solving and paranormal. I'm not sure what I think of the show, but I'm definitely coming back next week to give it another chance, and I think you guys should too.
Yeah, it's a little early to decide whether this show is going to go the distance, but so far I think the first episode...
Yeah, and it's really true to the period, and It's really beautiful to look at.
I love the sets, I love the costumes. You really did feel like you were in that time period, so yeah, looks like a good show.
So now I believe we have 2 movies to talk about. Which one do we want to do first?
We're going to start with A Bigger Splash, starring Academy Award winner Tilda Swinton, Ray Fiennes, and Dakota Johnson. Here's the clip.
Domesticated for a rock star.
You asked them to stay. Why is that?
What's the point of Paul in your life?
You're obscene.
We're all obscene. Everyone's obscene. That's the whole point.
Okay, so that was the film. I believe that was the trailer for it. I personally would have called it a big flop. What did you think, Randy?
I mean, I didn't love it. It was an okay movie. The only things I liked about it were 2 things. The beautiful locale.
Took place. I love the scenery of it.
Yeah, it took place in Sicily, and it was just gorgeous beaches and mountainous areas, and it just felt very alluring, very great place to be.
But even though how beautiful it was, I thought it couldn't save it.
Right.
And it wasn't just the constant random nudity or just the lack of plot. It was just the lack of story.
Yeah.
The characters tried, the acting was okay, but the movie was just not worth seeing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a type of movie that you'd want to catch late at night on cable if you have nothing else to do. But another thing that I really enjoyed was Ralph Fiennes' performance.
No.
He was just off the wall, hilarious, very, very funny, and I think he stole the show.
And I think the movie could have done so much better if he just never had flown in on the airplane.
Okay. Wow.
But the movie was okay. I don't know what the original was. I believe it was a remake.
Yeah, it was a remake of a French-Italian film, I believe. So I'm not sure how good that movie was. But like you said, the plot in this one, it was pretty much non-existent. And it was a shame because you have some really talented actors in it.
Who did not do anything for the movie.
Yeah. And way too much nudity, I'd say.
So that
Yeah.
was...
That was a bigger flop, a bigger splash rather. But yes, a bigger flop as well. Okay, guys, our next movie that we're going to discuss is called Being Charlie. It's directed by renowned filmmaker and actor Rob Reiner. And here's the trailer.
If they say you only have a year to live, do it sober. It'll seem like an eternity.
Charlie, why don't you tell us what you want to thank God for? 6 months of sobriety? Nothing you want to say?
Do I smell like weed? No. I think I smell like weed.
You look like you came from a funeral.
Mind if I use your bathroom?
Hey, go ahead. Let me see those. My mother's oxys.
Dad, I'm not going to listen to you tell me what a drug addict I am.
How dare you.
Careful, I'm one of your constituents now. You wouldn't want to lose the governor's race by 1 vote.
You can either head back to treatment or live on the streets. It's your choice.
Charlie, you think your dad's gonna know about any of this when he's elected? No, he's gonna be in Sacramento doing his governor's.
Oh, what, you taking their side?
Right, you're right. Go shoot up, prove everyone right. Just stick it out for 30 days.
Being an outpatient comes with more freedom, but more responsibility.
They're still group, though, right?
Every day.
You think he'll stay?
He has no choice.
Hey, you making a break for it?
Friendship during sobriety, not a problem. Romance, however, tends to get in the way.
You can look, but you can't touch.
When you enter rehab, you get strip searched. And if I had known that that would be the last time that anybody would touch me, I would have tried to enjoy it more.
All right, you're done.
You were funny, man. You got something.
It's not for everybody.
It's for you.
You know, it would be so great right now. Drink.
If you continue to refuse to accept the disease that put you here, you will continue to be a repeat offender.
Don't you mean repeat customer?
I love him. I love him.
I don't love him!
No!
You've had plenty of choices, Charlie!
Rehab or jail. You know, quite a wide selection there.
One of us had to keep him safe.
For him or for you?
I can't stay here anymore, okay? This place is like a prison.
It's not even close. But don't worry. If you're not dead, you'll probably end up there anyway.
It was never about the drugs. All I ever wanted was a way to kill the noise.
Getting sober is a selfish thing. You gotta help yourself first.
I know what you're thinking. Who is this kid with the silver spoon in his mouth, and why does he keep cooking heroin in it? Total waste of a good utensil.
Start no matter what.
All right, so that was Being Charlie. Much better movie than the last one that we talked about, though I will say I did not love the movie. I was rather on the border on it, though I thought that it was very believable.
Yeah. It's so basically it's a story about a young guy just turned 18 years old. He has substance abuse issues, and his parents basically force him into rehab. And from there, he kind of just takes off on his own and tries to discover himself. I actually really like this movie. I mean, compared to the previous film, A Bigger Splash, Being Charlie is an award-nominated film, in my opinion. It's directed by Rob Reiner, like I said. You know, you may know Rob's work from This Is Spinal Tap, Princess Bride,
Harry Met Sally.
When Harry Met Sally, some of the greatest movies ever made in terms of comedy and romance.
But this film is about, I believe it's more like about the three characters,
Yeah.
following their path
Right.
through the substance abuse and how they handle it.
Right. And at the forefront, you have Nick Robinson, who I think gave a pretty strong performance as someone who's addicted to substance. The film is great. You've got Carrie Elways. You've got You've got who else?
Well, you have Carrie Ellis playing the father, you have a mother, you
Right.
have his friend, and you have the whole build-up building
Right.
up to the end. We're not going to give it away.
Right.
But it's something I would say worth seeing on DVD or cable, but
Yeah.
Randy here says that he really loves it.
I did. I
But-
thought it was just a strong film, and if you have nothing better to do,
But now we'll be back.
yeah.
That's catch both movies or
Right.
skip both movies, and we'll be back next time. Right, Randy?
We'll be back. Again, I'm Randy Unger. This is Eric A., and this is Under the Radar. And now for a quick commercial break.